this computer. There you go. Hello, hello, everybody that is watching this video and everybody that is live with us today. We are going to discuss today what I call the submarine methodology. And the submarine methodology is really designed for each and every one of us to make sure we don't miss any part of the daily activities, because sometimes we can work very hard, we can do 90% of everything correct, to get one piece and then still not succeed, not achieve the results that we want. Okay, so today what you will see is the submarine hatches 1 to 8 is something that each and every one wants to learn, to make sure that we don't miss a hatch, because as you know, if we don't close all the hatches of the submarine, if one is open, the submarine will still drown when it submerges. Okay, so inside that submarine, there are protocol 1, 2, 3, and 4. Protocol 5 is not here because protocol 5 talks about how to enroll a new customer and what to do with them once we have enrolled them, and how to enroll, how to bring in a new partner, and what to do with them when we bring them in. That's protocol 5. It's not a part of the submarine, okay? But I highly recommend that you will watch the protocols in order to better understand today's training. It's very, very important. Okay, so before we start, I will just stop this for a second, and I will share with all of you that in our business, we have many, many different jobs that we can do. And most people do not see that in that way. So think about it. If I only want to sell a product, all I need to learn is retailing, which means I need to learn to buy a product and then to go to people and sell them from my product, right? That's a job on its own that you can learn and become better and master. On the other hand, there are other jobs here. There is a job that I call affiliate marketing, right? What's affiliate marketing? I no longer buy a product and sell from my product. I get people and I register them as a VIP customer, so they go and buy directly from the company. But because it's affiliate marketing, they don't skip me. They don't eliminate me as the middleman. I still get commission on all those payments, even if they were not done through me, right? Because I register them as a VIP. So we have a retail job here. We have an affiliation marketing job here, right? All of it is an e-commerce job, because every time we want to register someone, it's on a computer, through social media, on a website. So we also need to learn the world of e-commerce, electronic commerce. Anytime we move a product from one place A to place B, or a manufacturer to an end user, with or without a middleman, and it's done electronically, that's electronic commerce, right? E-commerce. More than that, we can decide that we want to specialize only in a particular niche. I can be a fashionista, right? I am representing the #1 fashion house on the planet that manufactures quality of fashion and jewelry that is second to none. So that's a job on its own. I can go to any meeting, to any house, to any BNI, and they give me 30 seconds, and I can stand up and say, I represent the best fashion house in the world. If you guys want to look better tomorrow at your work, or $1 million at your next wedding that you're going to, there's my business card, talk to me. Everybody will come to me right after, and I have the solution. So I can be a fashionista. I can also be a person that has a desire to create duplication. That means to create income that is not based only on my customers or on my action. It is based on the action of others and preferably the success of others. That is called multi-level marketing, because now I market and I get paid multi-levels, right? Even from people that are buying things that I don't even know. That's multi-level marketing. That's a profession on its own. So as we have many professions, I recommend to any professional to learn all of them. You don't have to be a master at all of them, but you need to learn a little bit about all of them because you might want to be a retailer, but tomorrow you might have a partner that says, no, I want to learn network marketing. And if you are not in a position to teach them, your business is not as strong as it can be because now you are dependent on someone else to teach them. And that is something you want to avoid. Okay. So through all of those jobs, what I am going to teach today is really the submarine methodology. What are the things we have to do every day, in order to close the hatches of the submarine and get the results that we want? What are the results that we want is very simple. Look, it says here, see, 40 dialings. That means that I want every week to pick up the phone to 40 people. And out of those 40 people, 10 people will answer. And out of those 10 people, 2 people will see a product or a presentation. And out of those 2 people, 1 person will join my business or as a customer or as a partner, right? So part-time serious, those 2 categories, 40 dialings end up in 1 partner or customer every week. A full-time makes 100 dialings and ends up with 2 or 3 partners or customers every week. So we know what are the results that we want to get, right? Now, how to do that very accurately with the help of Forensic and with the help of Opulence Global, this is where we'll go back into our submarine and we will start one by one through the hatches. So the first hatch, every time that I wake up in the morning and every time that I decide I walk into my office and it's time for me to give my Opulence business its 4 hours, because I give 4 hours 5 times a week. 4 hours, that's part-time, 20 hours. I myself can put an extra 5 hours a week for leadership, to improve my leadership skills. Okay? But let's say that everyone here is a part-time category, 20 hours a week. What do I do every day with my time? Starting with number 1, the most important and the biggest challenge that people have in our industry is the list of names. No business in the world, nothing that we do in life can truly succeed without a database. Okay, even if you're a farmer, right, and you say, no, it's me and the land and the animal, not true, because the second you want to start selling whatever you are farming, you need a contact, you need a database, you need a name or 2 or 10 to call and say, hey, do you know where I can sell my chicken eggs? Do you know where I can sell whatever it is I need to sell as a farmer, right? So any form of business, any form, you always start with a database. We need customers, we need partners, we need a database of names. And if we do not have a list of names ready for us every morning to call, we're stuck. Because then we're going to waste most of our time starting to sift through this Facebook, Instagram, and trying to figure out who should I talk to? Who shall I talk to? That spends so much time, and we don't move forward. Now, a lot of people, they have a list of names of about 20, 30 people, and they do not make new names every day. So they keep on bombarding and driving those 30 people crazy until those people don't want to talk to us anymore, right? So it's very dangerous to only have a list of about 20, 30 people. That is actually the worst thing you can have. Better have none and just don't call and don't do this business, or have at least 200 names, and every day make sure that you add more names to your current list. Now, how do we make the list of names? This is protocol 1. So I recommend go to my YouTube, register, go to the playlist, go to what we call Opulence Lifestyle Training. And inside that folder, you will find the 5 protocols. Go to protocol 1 and learn how to constantly create a list of names from a warm market. Everyone that I have met from the second I was born till today should be on this list of names. Do I gonna call everyone on that list and show them a business? No. Do I call everyone on that list in order to sell them a product? No. The only reason I call, and that's protocol 2, is because I want to improve the connection from last time. If it's a person I've never spoke to and I don't know, I want to start a new relationship, a new connection. If it's a person I've known but have not spoken for a long time, I want to strengthen that relationship, right? And if it's a person I speak on a daily basis or 2 daily or 2 weekly basis, it's a person I want to continue my relationship with. And how do we create a relationship? By asking questions, okay? So we'll get to protocol 2 in a second, to number 2 in a second. Let's just finalize number 1. The list of name, watch protocol 1, and learn all the different technologies I show there, all the different ways of building your list of names from people that you know with a memory jogger and from people that you don't know through Facebook, through LinkedIn, through Schaefer, through Instagram, through going down every day for a walk in a park and always seeing someone you don't know, going into shops, going into restaurant, going into a bank, going anywhere. When you're waiting to the bus, there is always people. You can always smile, you can always throw a word, you can always make a new connection. And as long as you get home every day with 3 to 5 new phone numbers, new WhatsApps, new Facebooks, that's okay. You're building your list of names and it will never end. That list of names will never end. The more you build it, the more this business is going to start becoming easier because you won't be calling every 2 weeks to the same 30 people, but you will call once and you have so many other people to call that the other people will be wondering, why did I not hear from them? Don't they want to sell me something? And you'll be surprised. They're going to start calling you. Okay, so remember, a big list of names always prevents us from being the small-minded salesperson that annoys his little environment because we did not invest enough time and action in increasing our list of names, in building our list of names. Every day, build your list of names. Add 3 names, add 5 names, and don't give up on that. Okay? This part is very important. Does anybody have any questions at the moment regarding number 1, hatch of the submarine, which is the names and the building of those names? Anyone? Or shall we move to number 2?
Go ahead. We are good.
Okay, so I'm assuming now.
Sorry.
Yeah, number 1 is pretty straightforward. Yeah.
Sorry, Ronen, I was just going to mention, I think you talked earlier, there's a couple of new people joining us. The protocols that you're talking about, 1 to 5, do you direct them to your YouTube channel to go and find those protocols? Just wanting to let everybody
Indeed,
know.
I do. Let me pause the recording for a second. Okay, so now in order to find the protocols, all you have to do is go to YouTube, type Ronen Trifon, subscribe, and then go to my playlist. Once you go to my playlist, as you can see over here, you come and do created playlists. And here you go to, we have, you see, forensic lifestyle training and opulence lifestyle training. So you come to the folder of opulence lifestyle training, you press on that, and over here, the first is the protocols, right? So everybody can see that. Hello?
Yes, everyone can.
Yes,
Perfect. I'm having slight issues with the internet, so from time to time I'll need to see that I haven't disconnected and you guys are still with me. So this is where we get the protocols. Highly recommended to go over those protocols, and I will continue to our submarine. Okay, so now that we understood the most important part, it's actually the simplest part, sounds like the simplest, but 90% of the people that are in our industry, this is their biggest challenge. Most people, when I look at their businesses, if they're not doing very well, there is no fresh list of names. And when I ask people, show me a list of names, they usually bring me a list and I see that they have contacted most of them at least 3 times or more. Okay, which means not refreshing the list of names. If you don't close that hatch, it doesn't make a difference how skillful you are, how great of a salesman you are, how good you are at presenting. It doesn't make a difference. Anything, you will fail. Understand, don't miss a hatch open. Names and brand new names, and every day to have at least the next 20 people I'm going to call every day, that's a must. Next hatch is basically what we call Protocol 2. Protocol 2 is what do I do with those names in my list that I have created, okay? So every day, if I have 200 names, I can move to number 2. If I do not have 200 names in my list, I better spend those hours of opulence that I have today, I better spend it on bringing my list to 200 people. If you're stuck and you don't think you have enough people, you should talk to your upline on your My5 and immediately set a strategy call for building a list of names. And then your upline, your My5 will sit with you with a memory jogger and they will help you. They will start asking you the right question. Who do you know that is a waiter? Who do you know that works in a bank? Who is your neighbors? Who do you know that does your garden? Who do you know, right? And they will remind you things, and you will then bring your list to 200 people. When you have 200, every day you keep on bringing 3, 5 more, but now you can start going to Protocol 2, right? And dialing at least 10 people a day. Dialing does not mean I've sent you a happy birthday on social media. Dialing does not mean I text with you. Hi, how are you? No. Dialing means dialing. Either a normal phone, or if I call you on Facebook Messenger, or if I call you on Instagram, or if I call you on any platform, as long as I can call and have an audio, that's a dialing. Okay? Anything else, when you send a text to someone, and you say, hey, how you doing? It would be great to catch up. That's not a dialing. That's a preparation for a dialing. That is pretty much a part of Protocol 1 of a lead generation. When I say dialing, it's literally with the intent of calling someone. That's dialing. And we need 40 dialings every week because we need 10 people to actually answer. Out of those 40, 10 will answer, right? Some of them will not answer. I will leave a text looking for you. Call me when you get this message. Some of them, it was engaged and I'll follow up again. Some of them, right? But 10 will answer statistically. And I need to know what to do with those 10 while they answer. That's Protocol 2. That is the second hatch of the submarine. And the second somebody calls me, the most important thing I want you all to remember, 90% of that call, I am supposed to be interested, not interesting, interested in them. How can we be interested in someone? How can we show them? By asking them questions. So the best people that succeed in our industry are not necessarily the best salespeople or the best speakers. They most definitely are the people that are the masters of questions. They know how to ask questions and allow their person in front of them to talk, to be heard, to bring their concern, to show us their desires, right? That's very important. So protocol 2, once you watch protocol 2, it will teach you a lot about how to do what we call like and trust. Create an environment between two people that both of them like each other a bit more and trust each other a bit more. And the best way to do that is to ask them the right question and for us to open up to them also, right? So to do that, there are only all the topics in the world, all the conversations in the world can fit into 4 categories: family, occupation, recreation, and money. We call it form, okay? Remember, form, family, occupation, recreation, and money, right? Now, form with or without a script, this is relating to, am I just calling the person through my daily activity? Or am I calling them to invite them to a home party, for instance, or to a home presentation, right? Because if I have a home presentation on a particular time and date, I want to go through the people much faster so I can fill the house. In that case, I might do a very short like and trust, less questions. Still, I need questions. I need to do a like and trust. I can never skip that. But maybe I will ask less questions and finalize it with a text, right? With a script, not a text, with a script that I've memorized and know it by heart. And that script might be, I'll start with a like and trust. Hi, Karen, how you doing? How's work? Have you been partying lately? Listen, the reason I'm calling is because I am having a very, very special business evening with an amazing business lecture. And we're going to be talking about how to improve our financial life with the safe home revolution that's taking over the planet now. I would love for you to come. If I keep you here, will you come? Right? So that's a scripted invitation, which, as I said, I still want to do a like and trust before it, right? I still want to ask 1 or 2 questions before I invite you to a particular evening. Without a script, it's very simple. I'm only calling without an agenda. I don't have a presentation. I don't have a date. I don't have anything to invite you. I need to make sure that at the end of our call, I decide if I'm going to fill in a green card or not from the MO box, right? Inside the MO box, we have green card, yellow cards, red cards, and white cards. The green card is everyone that I've spoken to, even if it's for the first time in our life. And at the end of the conversation, I decide that I want them in my life and I want to follow up with them, but I did not identify any desire. That means I'm not about to talk to them about a business or about a product. I don't have any offering. I just had a really interesting conversation because I asked questions, right? I came and I have this person on my Facebook, and it's called, his name is Hilaire. And I don't know, we never spoke. Somehow we invited each other as friends sometime, right? I've got 5,000 contacts on Facebook, but we never spoke. So if I basically pick up the phone or pick up Facebook Messenger and say, hi, Hilaire, how you doing? I've noticed that we are friends on Facebook, but in reality, I never spoke to you. I don't know who you are. So I figured out I'll just call, right? And I'll wait for see what Hilaire will say. And after that, I'll say, listen, it's always strange talking to someone I haven't spoken to before, so allow me to break the ice and share a little bit about myself. I've got 2 kids. My son is 22. My daughter is 19. How about you, Hilaire? Do you have any kids? And I'm into a conversation with a total stranger, right? I'm into a conversation. If it is someone that I know, let's say I know Hilaire, and now I haven't spoken to him for 2 years, I will pick up the phone and say, hi, Hilaire, how are you doing? We haven't spoken for 2 years. And I really want to strengthen our connection. So I figured out I'll pick up the phone and let's see where we're at, right? My life has been crazy. I'm currently in Egypt. What about you? Where are you? What about your family? I know that you have amazing kids, 3 of them. How are the kids, right? And I'm going into a like and trust environment. Once I finish the questions, the more the better. about family, occupation, recreation, and money, I will most likely identify a desire they have, either for improving health or for financial improvement desire, right? Because
Stop at 4 o'clock. Looks like the snow may stop at 4 o'clock.
was there a question there? I'm sorry. Did someone ask a question?
Other channel.
Okay, so now we understand that protocol 1 and the first hatch is generating names, leads. Number 2 is what we do with those leads. The first is to have a non-agenda conversation to make a new connection through asking questions of form, family, occupation, recreation, and money. Most likely, I will identify something. Most likely, they will tell me about some challenges they had, or that their wife had, or that their sister might have a pain in her knee, or depends. Many things can come out of those questions, right? Other things might come. When I come and ask about money, I might ask a question like, so how are you managing Corona? Was it a more challenging financial time, or was it a growing financial time? Most people that have been doing their business online, they've actually experienced growth. So through those type of questions, the person might tell me, no, it's been really tough, and actually I've lost my job, and right. So when they tell me this information, I immediately identify desire to something that I have a solution for. When I identify that desire through the conversation, I write the important parts down so I can remember, and I will finish that part, right, by once I've identified a need or offering a solution, right, I will then need to move to the next phase, which is to invite them to either see a product or to see a business, right? And to see a product, we should all know how to do the 10-minute safe home revolution. And to do the business, we should all know already to go to our back office, download the presentation, right, and practice it. Slide by slide by slide, we have to read it, we record ourselves, and then we know how to do a presentation. So number 2, I contact the individual. I do a like and trust asking question. I identify a desire, and I invite. So how would I do that? Let's say that I've spoken, let's say I've spoken to Miriam, and Miriam told me that her son is having pains in his back. Through the conversation, right? And then we talk about other things, right? We talk about her job and what she does in the world. But at the end of the conversation, when I'm looking at my notes, I will end that conversation by saying, Miriam, it was amazing to talk to you. We should do this on a more regular basis because I really had fun. Regarding what you told me before about your son's back pain, I think I have something that might be an amazing solution for him. And if you give me 10 minutes tomorrow, we can jump on a quick Zoom and I'll show you what I'm talking about and give you access to be able to get it for your son. Are you free tomorrow? You see, and I have just invited to the third hatch. I've invited the person, the lead, to come and see something. And I invited after they told me they have an issue and I came as a solution. Big difference between a salesman to a consultant. Because if I will just talk to Miriam, but did not identify any desire, and I'll just come and say, hey, by the way, it was good to talk to you. You know, I want to show you this really good product. That's a salesman. And that's okay. It's 10 times more powerful if Miriam has told me through questions that there is a challenge, and then I will say, hey, regarding what you told me about your son, right, now I'm the consultant. Now I'm coming with a solution. It's very different. So you want to always identify a need, or physical, or mental, or financial, or spiritual health need. Okay? Once you have that need, that allows you to come as a consultant, as a solution, as a problem solver, and it's very, very powerful, the difference between those two. Okay? So I can do the same thing business-wise. How? Let's say that through my conversation with Miriam, when I asked her about recreation, right? I said, "Hey, Miriam, I know you like traveling. When's the last time you traveled?" And Miriam says, "Well, I didn't travel for a year." And I say, "How come? If you love traveling?" "Well, things have been really, really tough financially. Things are more expensive." Right? I don't have to jump on it. I just write it for myself and I continue to other questions and other topics. And at the end of the call, I will say, "Hey, Miriam, it was great talking. Let's do this more often. I had fun. Regarding what you mentioned to me about things being tougher financially, I was thinking, if I can show you a platform that you can make $1,000 a week on a part-time basis, would you give me 30 minutes of your time tomorrow to show you what I'm talking about?" And I've just invited Miriam, right, to give her a solution to something she already told me there is a challenge with. It's very different than if I will pick up the phone and say, "Hi, Miriam, how are you doing?" She says, "Oh, man, I'm good. Hey, listen, there's a really good business I want to show you." That's me being a salesman, a marketer, someone who wants you to know something, not a solution, not a problem solver, right? I hope you all understand the difference between those two. The more you practice becoming solution givers and move away from marketing or just selling, which both are good. It's just that you're going to feel much more comfortable and strong when you are a consultant that has a solution for someone that told you they have a need, instead of you being the salesman that tries to create a need, right, on the other side. This is protocol 2, and I just touch on it, but you all want to go and study protocol 2 to see all the different methodologies of how to really become better at like and trust and identifying a need and then offering a solution by inviting them to a home tour, to meet you at the coffee shop, to get on Zoom, 1-on-1, 2-on-1, 5-on-1, never mind. You invite them to the next phase. And by doing so, you've made sure you close the hatch on the first one, names, close the hatch on the second one, proper like and trust, identifying a need and offering a solution and inviting to number 3. Right? Until here, I will stop for a minute and see if there's any question. Okay, now that we covered number 1, hatch. Number 2, hatch. We are going to number 3, hatch, which is managing expectation, right? So I start my day, I made my list of names, I'm calling 10 people, 2 people answered, one of them was Marco. Through a great like and trust, after not talking to Marco for 10 years, I've discovered that though he has a job, he's not greatly happy with it. And at the end of our conversation, I said to Marco, "Man, it was so good to catch up after 10 years. Let's not wait another 10 years until we do this again." By the way, before you were mentioning that your job is not your dream job at the moment, that there might be a place for you to look for other ways to create income. Let me ask you, if I can show you a platform that you can make $1,000 on a part-time basis every week, would you give me half an hour of your time on Zoom in the next 2 days so I can show you how it works, Marco? And Marco says yes. I finished number 2 and we booked a meeting, and now Marco is coming to see either a product or a business. In Marco's case, it was a business because we were talking about unhappiness with the amount of income he's doing through his job. Okay, so now we're at number 3. The first thing I do before I start talking and presenting and offering is the third hatch of the submarine. It must be closed. Management of expectation, right? So if I'm an upline or if I'm just Ronen talking to Marco, it will be like that. Marco, I know why I wanted you to come today, okay? But I really would like to ask you, why are you here today? What are your expectations after today's tour that I will show you? What would be a good outcome for you? Now you answer.
You want me to answer?
Of course, like you're the prospect. I'm using you for role playing today.
Yes. Well, yeah, no, I mean, I'll be interested to increase my income and have some other income to help me out and to be able to improve my lifestyle, my health.
Perfect.
Yeah.
It makes a lot of sense. Allow me to ask you one more question before we start. If the business that I will show you today fits you like a glove, is there anything stopping you from starting a business today in your life, Marco?
No, no. I can
Perfect.
venture into the game.
You see what I've just done before I even started? I've managed expectation. I got Marco to listen to himself, already telling me if there's something good, nothing stopping me, I don't have financial challenge. No, I can start a business. And he also heard himself telling himself, why am I here? Never mind why Ronen wants me here. Why am I here? Right? So management of expectation, I close that hatch, and now I go to number 4, which is the agenda. Marco, what's going to happen today is I'm going to go in half an hour and show you a business presentation, which is brilliant. Then I'm going to show you that that business presentation is going to be a vehicle for you to drive to your success. Then I'm going to show you a GPS system that shows you also where to drive so you don't get lost. Okay. After that, we'll do a post-tour survey, which is really important for you to revise the presentation and for you to be able to answer some questions so you can understand better. And at the end, we will do questions and answers. Okay. That's what we're going to do today. Shall we start? Once Marco said yes, I've closed number 4 and I'm going to my presentation. If it's only for a product, you can all go into my YouTube where you find the protocols and you will see a 10-minute video how I do the safe home revolution. When I just want to sell a product, when I just want to introduce a product, I do it in 10 minutes. Okay? Or if I want the business presentation, I go to the back office, I download the business presentation, and I read it. And I recommend all of you in the next 2 days, if there's 2 things you want to know, for sure, do it. It's learn the presentation and learn the 10-minute safe home revolution so you know it. The more you know it, the more comfortable and eager you will be to share it with others. Okay, so I go through the presentation, either the safe home or the safe home and the business presentation as one PowerPoint. And then once I finish my 5, you see, once I finish my tour, business or product, I close the hatch. And then I want to give them my GPS. What is the GPS? That's our 10-minute fast start training. This is where I show them how they can make in 1 month $1,200 in their first month and close to 13 to 18,000 in their first 4 months, 120 days, right? That's fast start training. So I want them to see the vehicle, close the hatch, and then to also understand where they're driving, how much they can earn at what time increments, right? I close the fast start, and then I put the post-tour survey. Does everybody know how to find their post-tour survey?
No, I don't know.
Okay, so if you go to your back office, business tools and trainings, under business tools and trainings, go to business tools, and in business tools, you will scroll down and you will see the post-tour survey. Download it, and it's a document you can fill online with your prospect. Very, very important vehicle. Let me just a second. I'll see if I can maybe share it with you. Let me see. Actually, maybe by the time I will open this, let's see. Okay, we want to go to Opulence Global. Does everybody see my screen now? Hello, hello.
No.
No.
No, nobody's seeing my screen now?
No, it's shy. It went off.
Okay, let's fix this. There we go. How about now?
Yes.
Perfect. Let me log in. It's a bit slow because we're on Zoom. Maybe I should stop the recording until this gets on. There we go. Okay, so over here I get my dashboard, and in my dashboard I just go down here. You see training and events? I go to training and events, business tools and training. Business tools and training will take me. There we go. We have a remarkable website. Okay, so over here I want to go to business tools. You see, we have business tools and we have product tools. I'm going to go to business tools. Over here, you find everything that you need for your business. Over here, you find the business presentation, right? And look at all the tabs: business tools, product tools, promo tools, business video, right? A lot of people did not know that those tabs are actually pages. So they only got stuck here on this front page. So this is your updated business opportunity overview, right? We want the post-tour survey. So we're going to go scroll down. And where are you? There you go. You see here, post-tour survey?
Yeah.
Okay, and if you press view in, you see you have English and Hebrew. You press the English, look what happens. It will open the document, and while I'm working with you online, I'm already filling it for you, right? Marco, and the date today, right? And we start, and I say, Marco, now this is your part. I am going to be a robotic server guy, and you're going to fill it in, and I'll help you fill it in. So the session you attended today was a
Coffee business tour.
yeah, that's the one, right? Or lunch if we had lunch. Your interest mainly today are fashion, personal care and health, or e-commerce, from what you've seen.
E-commerce business.
Okay, and you see I go one by one, asking all the right question, allowing you to answer, not interrupting you, right? The worst thing to do is to interrupt. So for instance, start today, right? And today the e-commerce shop I would like to start today is, and instead of letting you talk, I should say, listen, you should really start with the but no. We bite our tongue till it bleeds. Our job is just to read the question and shut up and let them answer, whatever they answer. We do not want to move them and manipulate them. It's a survey that's designed for my prospect to truly evaluate where he is in front of the business and allows me to understand where they are so I can, at the end of this, I can do one of two things, handle it or bring my upline to handle it. But the post-tour survey is there for you to fill in. Once you fill it all in, right, you do a screenshot or you send it as an attachment, right? You can download this if you want, or do a screenshot and put it on your My5. So if you decide, let me stop sharing. So if you decide to bring a My5 and upline into your process, and I recommend you all, if you're doing the submarine, and you do not have an upline at one of the stages, you're doing it wrong. It's like not closing a hatch. You want to have an upline involvement at some stage. Okay, let's go back to the submarine and I'll explain. So here, usually where will I bring my upline? Okay, if I'm brand new in the business, it's my first day, I don't know how to pick up the phone, but I want to have momentum, I can call my upline and say, look, I got 20 people list. I don't know what to do with them. If the upline is smart, he's going to get on a Zoom with you or come to your home and he's going to say, okay, let's call those guys together. right? Hey, Marco, how you doing? I'm here with Saki on Zoom, and I'm just talking about our new brilliant system that we are using globally for business. I asked him who would be the first top 5 partners he would love to have. Your name was at the top of the list. And I've asked if it's okay to call and get to know you. Do you have any idea, Marco, why Saki would think that you'd be interested in an amazing business? You see, I can
I'm
do
sorry.
it as an upline when a brand person might not yet be ready to do that, but I want momentum. I call it a strategy to go LD1, LD2 in a month. So I can basically take any one of my partners, work with them on their list of names, and make the phone calls with them the same as I just showed you. Okay, and actually take them to the process of the third, fourth. I can do the like and trust. It will be the same as I talk to a brand new stranger. If I have the confidence, if I have the skill, I will do that and I can raise my networks faster. So I always guide my new people to tell them what you need to learn. You have to learn every day. Let's not count only on that. Let's also run as fast as I can run. So we can create momentum. By the time you're going to start calling, you might already have 2 partners, right? And you're going to be learning with them. So momentum is something you can create fast, always. But when you look at the protocols, you always want to remember, and when you look at the submarine, you want to remember, I can bring my upline at any point. If all of you will speak the language of the submarine as the Israelis do today, because after the 2 trainings, they really adopted it, and now they're talking in codes. They go to the MiFi and they say, hey, who's available for 15 minutes? I need you to come between number 6 and number 7. And they know immediately that they want me, the upline, to do the post to a survey and to come after they finish with the fast start training, right? Another downline might tell me, hey, I don't know how to do a tour yet. Can you please join me? I need you for an hour. Can you please do the presentation? Can you come attach number 3, right? I know how to call the person. I invited them, but I would like an upline to be there to help me with the whole presentation. So I needed to start at number 3. Can you please join my presentation just at number 8? I will do the post to a survey. I'll take a screenshot. I'll put it on my MiFi. And before you come to the call, Mr. Upline, Mrs. Upline, right, you are coming in at the section of closing questions at the end. So according to how well we understand the submarine, more accurately, we can guide our uplines where they come, where they should take over, where they should help us. I hope that's very, very clear. Let me just clear the process again from the beginning. Number 1, we build a list of names. Number 2, what we do with the list of names, how do we call them? How we do a like and trust? How do we identify desire? Once we identify desire, hatch number 3. We invite them into a presentation or a product or a business or both, and we start with managing expectation. Managed expectation, boom. Telling them what's going to happen today. Boom, number 4. Doing the presentation. Number 5. Boom, finished. Doing the fast start training. Close the hatch. Now, calling the upline here or doing the post to a survey and then just getting the upline to come and do the questions closing because they see the post to a survey and that already tells them everything that the prospect of mine, where they're at. So they look at the post to a survey. I do the edification. Hi, Marco, I want you to introduce Rene Liao. He did me a favor. This guy is busy, right? He's got like 20,000 people plus all over the world. Getting him for 5 minutes is rare. So please, I'm going to shut up and I'm going to pass this to Rene so he can maybe go through the post to a survey with you and see if you have any questions left. Okay? Now, that part, you can do all of it by yourself. I recommend have an upline, but remember number 8 is vital. It's a hatch that if you don't close, most likely their objections will not come and they will go home to think about it. Okay? So remember, when you close, you really want to ask the right questions. Marco, with what you saw today, do you think you can have a big success with our platform? right? Marco, after what you saw today, do you believe you can have a big success with this platform? That's a question. Shut up, wait for the answer.
Yes, yes.
If there is an issue, an objection will come up. And then I've got my upline to handle it if I need it. If, yes, I think I can be very successful, great. Then do you have any more questions, Marco? Or can we combine our powers and start building your business towards your success?
Mhm.
Right?
Yes, of course. Yes.
In this part, either we're going to get objections or we're signing up the person, either as a customer or as a partner. And the second we did that, we give them protocol 5, because protocol 5 talks about how they should come in, exactly how to join in Facebook groups, everything that they need to know, 8 categories of distributorship, everything is in protocol 5. So this submarine covers protocol 1, 2, 3, 4. It divides it to hatches, and I promise you, if you will close each hatch with every card that you have, green, starting from green, if you close the hatchet correctly, you'll see that the green will turn red, and the red after the post-tour survey and the questions and answers will become yellow. Yellow is a brand partner or a lifestyle advisor. Or it will become white, which is a customer sheet. And in the white cards, we have customers for skincare, we have customers for health, customers for personal care, and customers for fashion. We have 3 different white cards. So we have a brilliant system that is accurately measuring everything you do. And if you don't know how to work with the MO box, once again, go to the protocols. We train there how to work with the MO box, how to fill the daily reports, how to fill the weekly reports, how to fill the monthly reports. And once you have accumulated a quarter, right, 3 months, you are invited to go to a private session with the owner and CEO so you can go over your reports and improve little things, little ticks in your business. That is a remarkable opportunity that you do not want to miss out on. I will finish for today. Today was just to give you a bit of a mind shake a little bit to put everything into perspective. And most people that I see struggling or not achieving, please remember, I always find one of the hatches open. Always. It's only that case. It doesn't make a difference who you are, what skills you have, what age you are, where in the world you are. Irrelevant. If you close all the hatches, you will achieve success. Guaranteed. You will achieve success if you close all the hatches. Remember, it all starts with content, number of names you have, and on each and every one of these parts that you want to specialize on, you can't do it through a short presentation of the submarine. That's just to give you markers. You need to go through the protocols. And the protocol, each protocol is about almost an hour for each one of those things. So if you want to specialize, watch the protocols, write down any questions you might have. And if you still have questions, you are welcome to get them on your MiFi, get in front of me, get in front of your mentors, and make sure they are answered. Because I promise all of you one thing, it is only your success that allows our success to even be. So it's vital for me that each and every one of you will become better every day. And the only way we get better every day, remember to start things, commitment. To finish things, consistency. If you do not do what I say 5 days a week, every week, for at least 12 months, properly, like any job, like any business, you are a hobbyist. And most likely you will not achieve the results that you want to achieve. I will finish the recording here and I will open it for questions, answers, or we'll send you all home. You're already home. This is Zoom.